Hey, Metal Max here of AskMetalMax.com, and today I'm bringing you an amazing book review like any other you've ever seen before in your life. Um, so picture this: it's 1995. You're up late at night watching MTV, and then suddenly you see a best of Headbangers Ball edition which you would get instead of a regular episode of Headbangers Ball. Now, and um, and you find out they're doing that best of because, well, the show is being canceled. That's just one of the things that's talked about in this brand new book that I got a few months ago called Survival of the Fittest: Heavy Metal in the 1990s. Now, Now, you've probably, over the years, watched certain specials on both VH1 and MTV and how they talk about, you know, the particular decade in which heavy metal music was pretty much non-existent in the mainstream, and how the whole, hairband thing kind of got played out a bit. Well, this is one of those books that's sort of like more of a behind-the-scenes type of thing of what was going on that you never even knew about. And it has, lots of commentary from various artists, both in alternative rock and heavy metal. And it even has some media personalities and some producers talking about stuff too, including some stuff from Ricky Rackman, the former Headbangers Ball host himself, former Rip Magazine editor Lon Friend, and of course current VH1 classic That Metal Show host Eddie Trunk. One of the best highlights of the book that I really like reading about is that chapter where they talk about Beavis and Butthead and how it turns out, Kip Weiner himself sets the record straight and on how he actually didn't attempt to sue MTV for making fun of him on that show. In fact, he actually thought it was pretty funny. And you know what? I thought it was a funny show too. But another amazing part about that book is where they talk about how bands like Pantera were able to weather the whole storm and just work as hard as they ever did, and keep a dedicated fan base going, even as other heavy metal bands were either breaking up or going to more mainstream musical styles at that time. So in short, it's a really great book. I'd highly recommend it. Greg Prado is the one that put it all together. He also did other books such as Grunge is Dead: The Oral History of Seattle, and of course the early days of the MTV revolution. So this guy is one heck of a history whiz for sure. I would give this book a 10 on the earthquake Richter scale because it's that good, I mean, I read it all the time, and I personally would recommend it to anybody who's ever been interested in, in why things went the way they did. And even the best part of all is at the end is where they talk about various metal albums that were released in the 1990s. And I think it's really good. And like I said, get out there, read it, and, that's my 2 cents.